Do you struggle with breaststroke? Are you frustrated that despite all your hard work, you don't seem to be getting any faster? Well, if this is the case, there's a good chance you're making a couple of key breaststroke mistakes that are making it way harder than it needs to be. Don't worry though. In this video, I'm going to give you all the tools and drills you need to make your breaststroke faster with less effort. What's up guys, I'm CoachMattZ. I'm the head coach of Davis Aquatic Masters out in California, and I also make YouTube videos for people looking to learn more and elevate their swimming. And just as a quick reminder, if you guys like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you like this content, click the subscribe button. I got new videos coming out weekly and you're not gonna wanna miss them. Now, let's get into this video. All right, so today we're gonna talk about breaststroke, and I wanna start off by saying that everybody swims breaststroke a little bit differently. But the three things we're gonna talk about today are aspects of the stroke that we see across the board among all of our fast breaststrokers, regardless of what their stroke looks like. The good news is you don't have to have any special talents or skills to do any of the things I'm gonna talk about today. These are things you can implement into your stroke right now and immediately start swimming a faster, more efficient breaststroke. So without further ado, let's get into key number one. So the first and most important key to breaststroke is your line. When I'm talking about line, what I'm talking about is your body position in between strokes during that glide. And what I see a lot is people who get a little bit lazy on that breaststroke line. Their arms get a little loose, their head is a little high, they're a little loose in the core, and their hips tend to drop. Basically, they're in a really inefficient body position, and this is a breaststroke killer. The good news is this is actually pretty easy to fix. I want you to think about your streamline off the wall. Your breaststroke line is going to actually look pretty similar to that. Okay, we're still going to have our arms out in front. We're still going to be extending our body. We're going to squeeze our ears with our arms. You're going to have your head down and you're going to have your core nice and tight. Now, one small difference is instead of having one hand on top of the other, we're going to put our hands next to each other. I like to put my index fingers and my thumbs together. Helps me squeeze a little bit tighter and also sets me up for my next pull. Another really important aspect of your breaststroke line is where your hips are. We want our hips to be riding up near the surface as much as possible. Our best breaststrokers tend to have their hips up at the surface throughout the entire stroke. So we want to make sure we get into this position in between each stroke before we start the next stroke. You can't rush breaststroke. So let's talk about a couple drills that can help us with this breaststroke line. The first thing we're going to do is just a breaststroke body line kick. So we're going to grab the old trusty finesse snorkel. We're going to extend those arms out in front. I like to put my index fingers and my thumbs together. Like I said before, we're going to keep that head down. You're going to squeeze your ears with your arms. You're going to think tight core, tight glutes, and you're just going to do breaststroke kick across the pool. Now, I want you to be thinking about a nice glide and really focusing on getting into a good body position in between each kick while you're gliding. The next drill we're going to do is one pull, two kicks, and this is a pretty simple drill. All we're going to do is a regular breaststroke stroke, and then while you're in your line, we're going to add an extra kick. While you're doing this extra kick, I want you to think about your body position. Head down, squeeze your ears, keep your glutes and core tight, and don't forget to try to keep those hips up at the surface. The next drill is a 3-2-1 glide. And on this drill, what you're going to do is take a stroke, glide for 3 seconds, take another stroke, glide for 2 seconds, and then take a third stroke and just glide for 1 second. While you're gliding, think about that body position. Keep it all tight. Keep your head down. This is a really good drill for working on your body line because if you are not in an efficient body position, you're going to slow way down on those longer glides. All right, moving into breaststroke key number 2, this one is breath timing. It is very important that we take our breath at the correct time in the stroke. And I see a lot of people who either take their breath too late or too long, or both. And this is something we want to make sure we avoid because when your head is up, you're in a really inefficient body position. So we want to make sure we take that breath at the right time and we make it quick. So ideally your breath should start as your hands turn that corner and start the in sweep. By the time your hands come together out in front of your chest, your breath should pretty much be over and your head should go down as you're shooting your hands forward. This is hard because you don't get a lot of time to take your breath. So it's really important that you exhale underwater so you can just do a real quick inhale when your head pops out. All right, so now I'm gonna run you through a drill progression that's gonna help you with this breath timing. And I've actually got a whole video devoted to this particular drill progression, which I'll link in the description. If you want more in-depth info on these drills, go check out that video after you finish this one. So the first drill we're gonna do is just a skull. You're gonna have a flutter kick behind you. You're gonna have your head down on this because when we do this part of the breaststroke stroke, our head is down. You're simply gonna sweep your hands out a little bit past your shoulders and then sweep them back in and just keep doing that all the way down the pool. Next drill we're gonna do is a windshield wiper drill. So you're gonna have your elbows up high. You're gonna point your fingertips down towards the bottom of the pool. You're gonna have your head up during this drill because this is when we're breathing during your breaststroke stroke. And we're just gonna simply sweep those arms back and forth all the way down the pool and just do a flutter kick behind you. The final drill of the progression is gonna be a 3-3-3, and that's 3 skulls, 3 windshield wipers, 3 regular strokes. We're gonna do the skulls and the windshield wipers the same as before. Your head is gonna be down during the skulls, your head is gonna be up during the windshield wipers. For the 3 regular strokes, we're gonna take the elements of the drills and implement them into your stroke. Your head's gonna be down during that skull or the out sweep. Your head will pop up during the windshield wiper or the in sweep, and then your head will go back down quickly as you shoot your hands forward. Timing your breath correctly in your breaststroke is gonna keep you out of those inefficient body positions, which is gonna make you a way more efficient and faster breaststroker without adding hardly any extra effort. All right, so my third and final key for breaststroke is your breaststroke recovery. And when I'm talking about recovery, what I mean is the part of your stroke where your hands go from your chest to shooting out in front into your line. I see a lot of people who shoot their hands forward too slow. Now, a lot of times that has to do with breath timing because it's hard to shoot your hands forward if your head is still up and out of the water. So go back to those drills before, get the breath timing figured out, and then once you have that breath timing figured out, it's time to make sure that we're really shooting those hands forward fast. The reason why we want to shoot our hands forward fast is because when your hands are recovering, there's no forward propulsion from your arms. So we want to get through it as fast as possible so we can get to the next propulsive phase of the stroke. The other reason is that when your hands are at your chest, you're in a really inefficient body position that's going to cause your hips to sink. And remember, in breaststroke, it's super important that our hips stay up near the surface. So when we're swimming breaststroke, we want our arms to accelerate as they go through that pull stroke. So by the time they get to your chest, they're ready to shoot forward into that line. All right, so to work on this aspect of breaststroke, what we're gonna do here is a breaststroke pull with a flutter kick. Now, before you jump into this drill, make sure you've got the technique and the timing of the breaststroke pull and the breath down. Once you've got that figured out, this is a great drill for working on your breaststroke hand speed. All we're gonna do here is regular breaststroke pulls with a flutter kick behind you. I like to do this drill with fins, but you don't have to. I just think it's more fun and it kind of makes me look like a badass breaststroker, but it's totally up to you. For this drill, your hands are gonna be moving fast. Make sure you're sneaking that breath in at the right time, then getting your head down quickly as you're shooting those hands forward. It's really important that you guys don't let your hands pause at your chest. When your hands are at your chest, you basically have no forward propulsion, and you're also in a really inefficient body position, which is gonna sink your hips. It's a double whammy. If you're looking for a place to rest in your stroke, you can rest in that line that we talked about earlier, but you cannot rest at your chest. If you can eliminate this pause in your stroke, your breaststroke is gonna be more efficient and faster. Keep working on it. It's gonna get easier. All right, guys, those are my 3 keys to breaststroke that are gonna make you faster with less effort. If you guys like this video, go ahead and click that thumbs up button. If you like the content, click the subscribe button. I've got new videos coming out weekly, and you're not gonna wanna miss them. If you guys have requests for future videos or questions, let me know down in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. I'm CoachMattZ. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'll see you next time.